welcome back to Car Alerts. The 2025 Nissan GT-R R36 has arrived. This isn't just a successor, it's a statement, one forged in the fire of heritage but driven with the technology of tomorrow. A machine that's sharper, faster, more refined, yet unmistakably brutal in its intent. If the R35 was Godzilla reborn, the R36 is the evolved apex predator that stalks the roads with silence before unleashing fury. So buckle in, because this is Car Alerts, and today we peel back the layers of the most anticipated Japanese performance car of this generation. First impressions don't whisper with the R36. The moment your eyes lock onto its front profile, you're hit with an evolution of aggression that's unmistakably GT-R. A broader grille dominates the nose, finished in a darker, more aerodynamic mesh that isn't just for aesthetics. Every slit, every crease channels airflow with scientific precision. The LED headlamps are slimmer, sharper, integrated into a new triangular DRL signature that looks like it's slicing through the wind even at a standstill. The hood is lower, sculpted with muscular lines that pulse toward the fenders, now slightly flared to hint at what's lurking beneath. The front splitter has grown in both width and function. Carbon fiber lines much of the lower fascia, reducing weight while enhancing downforce. The emblem in the middle of the grille sits lower, more embedded, less ornamental, more integrated. It reflects Nissan's renewed vision: keep the spirit, refine the shape. The nose speaks of purpose, not flair. The result is a front end that's more focused, more mature, more lethal. Moving along the side, the silhouette retains the familiar fastback stance, though everything feels more chiseled. The roofline tapers with greater discipline, creating a cleaner profile that cuts drag while retaining cabin space. Flush door handles finally make an appearance, matching what competitors have offered for years but executed here with solid tactile feel. The shoulder line is tauter, running uninterrupted from headlight to taillight, giving the R36 a more stretched appearance despite almost identical dimensions to its predecessor. New 21-inch forged alloys hug the corners, wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 rubber developed specifically for this chassis. Behind them, 6-piston front Brembo's painted crimson grip massive carbon ceramic rotors with venomous urgency. The side skirts follow a more angular design language, trimmed with exposed carbon and aerodynamic winglets near the rear arches to reduce turbulence. The greenhouse is wrapped tighter, the A-pillars thinned, all contributing to improved visibility without compromising rigidity. Every surface has been reconsidered for purpose and poise. As you approach the rear, you're greeted by a shape that feels both nostalgic and new. The quad-circle taillights are back, but they now float within a wider light bar that spans the rear width, giving a sense of unity. The rear spoiler has been reimagined, lower, longer, adaptive. At highway speeds it lowers for drag, during cornering or high-load braking, it extends and adjusts pitch in real time. The diffuser, a massive carbon sculpture, integrates dual vertical fins to reduce lift while channeling air under the flat underbody. Twin dual-tip titanium exhausts exit with a blue-burnt finish, angled slightly outward to frame the lower rear fascia with menace. It's all precision, no excess. Function breathes through every panel. Interior: step inside, and you're met with a revelation. The cabin is quieter, more driver-focused, but still laced with enough drama to remind you this isn't a luxury cruiser. The steering wheel is smaller, chunkier, finished in Alcantara with subtle carbon inlays along the spokes. A red drive mode toggle replaces the older console-based system, allowing quicker access to throttle mapping, suspension stiffness, and torque distribution. The digital gauge cluster spans 12.3 inches, completely customizable, with animations that shift from stealth to sport depending on drive mode. Materials have taken a serious leap. Soft-touch Alcantara covers the dashboard and doors, contrasting with brushed aluminum strips that outline the HVAC vents. Real carbon fiber trims now replace faux panels. The center stack hosts a new 10.8-inch touchscreen with Nissan's latest infotainment suite. Finally offering wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, native navigation, and a dedicated telemetry system to log lap times, G-force graphs, and throttle maps. Beneath it, physical toggles remain for climate control, retaining that tactile connection which so many purist drivers still crave. The seats, co-developed with Recaro, are thinner but more supportive, offering multi-point lumbar support, integrated heating, ventilation, and memory functions. Despite the aggressive bolstering, long journeys no longer feel punishing. Rear seats remain vestigial but are better padded. The cargo space gains a few liters courtesy of battery repositioning, making it more livable day to day. Ambient lighting wraps softly across the footwells and door sills, customizable through the central screen. Performance pushed the red start button, and the R36 awakens with a deeper, more controlled rumble. Under the hood lies a twin-turbocharged 3.8-liter V6, a heavily revised version of the VR38 DTT now fitted with plasma bore cylinder tech, new intercoolers, revised turbochargers, and an upgraded ECU. Output now sits at a ferocious 630 horsepower with 585 lb-ft of torque. That power feeds a new 7-speed dual-clutch transmission which replaces the aging 6-speed unit from the R35, allowing lightning-fast gearshifts with reduced lag. Nissan's Atessa ETS all-wheel drive system has been retuned with torque vectoring more biased toward the rear. In everyday use, it behaves like a composed grand tourer, cruising in near silence, soaking up road imperfections with refined dampers. Flick the drive mode to R+, and the car transforms. The suspension firms up, the exhaust valves open wider, the throttle response sharpens like a scalpel. The sprint to 60 miles per hour now takes just 2.5 seconds, while the top speed creeps past 205 miles per hour. On track, the car feels lighter than its numbers suggest. Steering feedback has improved drastically with a new electro-hydraulic setup. There's real weight, real resistance, real connection. Brake feel is progressive, predictable, forceful. Turn-in is precise, mid-corner balance is flat, exit grip is monumental. It's no longer just fast, it's fluent. Where the R35 could sometimes feel like a blunt instrument, the R36 feels like a sharpened blade. It dances through corners with finesse, rotates under throttle, flirts with oversteer before snapping back with AWD authority. Every component has been touched, tuned, transformed. For context, while it's not cheap, it undercuts supercars with similar numbers by tens of thousands. The 2025 Nissan GT-R R36 isn't trying to be something it's not. It hasn't gone hybrid. It hasn't gone electric. It hasn't lost its soul in the pursuit of silence or compliance. It's raw, it's mechanical, it's surgically enhanced rather than digitally anesthetized. Price-wise, the 2025 GT-R R36 starts at around $145,000 for the base premium trim. The Track Edition nudges closer to $165,000, offering lighter wheels, stiffer dampers, revised aero. The top-spec Nismo, expected later this year, could breach the $200,000 mark but with over 700 horsepower rumored and active aerotech pulled from GT3 racing. For context, while it's not cheap, it undercuts supercars with similar numbers by tens of thousands. The 2025 Nissan GT-R R36 isn't trying to be something it's not. It hasn't gone hybrid. It hasn't gone electric. It hasn't lost its soul in the pursuit of silence or compliance. It's raw, it's mechanical, it's surgically enhanced rather than digitally anesthetized. It's the last of a dying breed given one final evolution. A vehicle that lets you feel everything, the roar, the grip, the fight, the victory. Whether this is the last pure combustion GT-R remains to be seen. But if it is, Nissan has made sure it's going out at the top of its game. For car alerts, this is a moment to celebrate, a machine to remember. The R36 isn't just back, it never left. It just waited for the world to catch up.